Okay, let's just be brutally honest for a second. Your IELTS essay, it's a dating profile. And right now, it is probably full of red flags that are getting you completely ghosted, the examiner just swipes left, you get stuck with a band 6, and you have no idea what you did wrong. Well, today, we're going to fix that.
Look at this. This is your essay, right here. The bio on the left? Vague, low effort, zero commitment. That is some serious band 5 energy. Now the one on the right, it's confident, it's clear, it knows exactly what it wants. That's a band 9. See the difference? It has nothing to do with being complicated. It's all about clarity and actually being persuasive. So here's what we're going to do. Think of this as a dating intervention for your essay. We're going to call out the 4 biggest red flags that are absolutely tanking your score. And then I'm going to give you the band 9 blueprint, the formula for a healthy relationship so you never ever get ghosted by an examiner again.
Okay, let's kick things off with the biggest, most damaging red flag of them all, the fence sitter. This is the essay that just will not commit. It's emotionally unavailable, and let me tell you, examiners hate it.
Listen up, because this is simple and it is 100% non-negotiable. You have to pick a side. Are you for it or are you against it? Your essay is not a mystery novel where the big twist comes at the end. You have to state your position, loud and clear, right there in the first paragraph. Not doing this is, without a doubt, the single biggest mistake you can make.
Let me be blunt. Waiting until the conclusion to finally give your opinion is a recipe for disaster. Examiners are literally trained to find your position in the first 60 seconds. If it's not in the intro, they just assume you're lost. Boom, you get a low score for task response, and just like that, the date is over. You've been ghosted.
All right, on to red flag number 2. And we've all gotten this one, right? The lazy, low-effort message that just screams, I've put zero thought into this. In the IELTS world, this is the argument that you just don't develop. It is the essay equivalent of a 2 in the morning, ooh-up text.
I mean, this slide says it all. On the left, you've got this one lonely, undeveloped idea. It's unconvincing, it's going to get ignored. But on the right, that is a fully developed, compelling thought process. That is what the examiner wants to see. You don't get points for just having an idea. You get points for proving it.
So how do you actually do it? Well, a strong body paragraph is not a shopping list of ideas. It's a deep dive into just one idea. So you start with a clear topic sentence. Then you explain what you mean by that. Next, you give a solid example. And finally, and this is crucial, you link it all back to your main argument. That's how you go from a lazy text to a conversation someone actually wants to have.
Next up, we have the red flag that just screams insecurity, the Harvard lie. This is when you completely invent statistics to try and sound smart. You know, kind of like someone lying about being a 6'2" astronaut on their dating app. It is a terrible, terrible idea.
Wow, sounds pretty convincing, doesn't it? Well, it's also something I just completely made up. Look, examiners have seen this 1,000 times. It doesn't make you sound smart, it just makes your entire argument seem weak and totally untrustworthy. Trust me, they can spot this from a mile away.
I'm serious. Don't be this person. It doesn't make you look intelligent, it makes you look desperate. Examiners are not looking for a data scientist. They're looking for someone who can build a logical argument using reason and common sense, not some fake numbers you pulled out of thin air.
Okay, our final red flag, the judgmental jerk. This is the essay that makes these huge, extreme claims and only sees the world in black and white. It's like going on a date with someone who says, oh, all people who like pineapple on pizza are monsters. It's aggressive, it's simplistic, and it's almost always wrong. The fix for this is a really simple academic skill called hedging. Basically, it's the art of not being a jerk. You just soften your language a little bit to make your claims more accurate and, frankly, more intelligent. It shows you understand that life has nuance, which is a huge sign of high-level thinking. Here's a perfect example. The claim on the left is just extreme and it's factually wrong. But look at the one on the right. Just by adding a simple phrase like tend to be, it becomes smart, accurate, and defensible. That tiny change? That's often the difference between a band 6 and a band 8. And hey, here's a little pro tip for you. You have to listen for the subtext in the question itself. If a question uses a phrase like too many choices, it's not just talking about a number. Too many almost always implies a negative thing. It's like when your partner says you have too many friends, they aren't counting your friends. They're telling you there's a problem. Your job is to address that hidden criticism. Okay, so we have diagnosed all the red flags.
enough of the problems, let's talk about the cure, the Band 9 blueprint. This is the simple, powerful structure you need for a healthy, high-scoring relationship with your examiner.
Forget everything else you've ever heard. This is it. 4 paragraphs. That's all you need. That's the secret. You have an introduction where you state your opinion without any hesitation. You have 2 body paragraphs, and each one is a deep dive on one single idea. And then you have a quick, punchy conclusion where you restate your position. No drama, no confusion. Just clear, confident communication.
And there you have it. This is your new checklist for success. Seriously, take a screenshot of this. Memorize it. Never, ever sit on the fence. 1 idea per body paragraph, develop those ideas, stay away from fake stats and extreme language, and always, always stick to the 4-paragraph blueprint. You master these rules, you're golden.
Look, when you fix these red flags, you're not just writing a better essay. You're showing the examiner that you're a clear, confident communicator who can build an argument they actually want to read. So the only question left is, are you ready to stop getting ghosted and finally get the score you deserve?